Yo, it's crazy. I'm just getting right into it. I don't even care. It's uh
Yeah.
it's crazy how you first when I started. I don't know if you remember this. When I heard about the league and I was like, "Yo, Jay, you should play in the Big Three." And I'm like, "Man, I don't know if I got enough in the tank." And then you hit me, and
Yeah.
I was running around, so I didn't pay attention because you get so many people that hit you, right? I was like,
Right.
"Yeah, I don't know who is this," and you're like, "Yeah, you should know who this is. We run the league." And I was like, "Oh yeah, O'Shea, my fault." So
No, no, no.
first and
When it comes
foremost,
to that league,
I
when it comes to
apologize
that league,
first
I
and
know a
foremost.
guy.
Yeah. So appreciate you, man. First off, I guess welcome to the show. Welcome to the boardroom, man. It's dope to have you on. I've been a big fan of yours. I guess I'll kick things off with just how are you doing, man? How's everything with your family?
My family's good. Me and my father have been doing the traveling because of work. So right now, everybody is monitoring us. Making sure everything's all right. I'm still, I'm still concerned. Still a little nervous. I got a 2 year old, so I'm just luckily no kids have gotten it so far, but still I just got that new added level of stress. Being a dad. So I'm just watching my health. Making sure everything is sanitized and pretty much just locking in. I'm a homebody anyway, so staying home is ain't nothing for me.
Yeah, wait. You say you're a new dad?
Yeah, yeah, man. My baby 2 years old. I got my baby girl Jordan. She looked just like me, but she's way louder. So, but yeah, that's where all my focus has been the last 2 years.
Yeah, man. I hear you. I got a 17-month-old too. You might hear her yelling in the background. So it's a makeshift
It's
office
healthy,
space.
man.
Yeah, man. So you're still traveling?
No, 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 no. Luckily, I was able to come home. I was over in Virginia doing my team swagger. We were filming, and when news really broke about everything getting shut down, they got me the first flight I could to get home.
Man. So tell me about when you first heard about everything going down, man. Just paint a picture of where home is, how is LA, how your friends, how's family, what are the feelings going on around?
At first it seems like we have one of these illnesses, one of these viruses, one of these health scares every 2, 3 years, so you don't really it doesn't really hit you until it, get close to home. And I remember we were filming, and of course everybody had, the hand sanitizer scare. It was all running out of stores, and they kind of like, it's a little red flag. And then I got a call from home that there was no toilet paper. It was like, all right, there's none. And they're like, we can't find any. And then from there, when you start seeing supplies start to go, that's when you realize that people are in a panic. And when people are in a panic, things get scary. So me and my uncle, we were over in Virginia, and we just started going to stores because it didn't hit as hard in Richmond as it did in LA quite yet. So we knew when we went back that we would have to, bring supplies
Mm.
for our loved ones. And then when the league got it, when the NBA got it, it was like the biggest red alert because you're thinking these guys are the most healthy people in the world. They got doctors all day. They are working out all the time. Their diets are amazing, and they get infected. It's not about it's serious. It's hitting now. And then when you think about how many planes they've been in, how many appearances they've made, and all these things, and then it just canceled. The entire league canceled. Other leagues are just canceling. I'm a wrestling fan, and WrestleMania is about to have no crowd.
Mm.
That then it was like, yo, we got to get home. We got to get home and lock down before everything get locked down, before there's no traveling and things like that. So you're just you hope for the best, but you have to prepare yourself for anything. And so that's what we're doing now.
Take me through what your quarantine days are like, man. Like I'm struggling. No sports. I am struggling.
Woo-wee.
Yeah, just yell.
Listen, man, I was already a super Kobe fan, but man, I'm running out of YouTube videos that I ain't seen before. I'm starting to get into. I'm looking up LeBron's high school games. Anything I can get. The Olympics. I'm a I'm a I'm a great binge watcher. Me and my lady, we can watch anything. We watched all of Game of Thrones in 2 weeks. So like, it's I'm definitely about to hone in on some of my old favorite shows. Breaking Bad. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. Might as well just restart that whole thing. It's a good time to spend with your loved ones. And if you're a creative, if you're a writer, or you got ideas, or you got, this is the time where you need to work on yourself a little bit. You need to, this is Mother Earth is forcing us to sit down, sit
Mm-hmm.
down and do something. So it's you got to find the silver lining in all this. So I've been spending my time watching old stuff like everybody else. YouTube is the greatest website ever right now.
Have you gotten into gaming or anything like that? You see all these guys, NBA
Oh
players,
my,
NFL
hold on,
players, like,
man.
yo, stream it. Yeah, okay.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm all about my PlayStation. That was the first thing I packed when I came back home.
What are your games? What are you into?
Of course, NBA 2K, where my Lakers are about to win their 12th title in a row. Of course, I like Grand Theft Auto. I've always been a Grand Theft Auto fan. Call of Duty, they just
Yeah.
dropped this new Warzone mode, so I'm gonna have to get up in that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, pretty much anything right now, anything that's on top 10 lists, I'm about to download and try. And it keeps my sanity, my PlayStation. I need it.
I'm with you, man. So let's stay with the Lakers for a second. So I don't even know where to start. Watching LeBron this year, I thought he was trending towards being the MVP just
Yeah.
because of, I mean, being 35 years old, playing at that high level. Just what are your whole take on the Lakers and just the way he played this year?
You know, when we first got LeBron last year, I knew, I was like, this is, the year with the young core. I was like, this is going to be his filling out year. And then when we didn't make playoffs and he got that rest, I knew he was going to come back on a different mindset. And then when you add somebody like Anthony Davis, you put those two together, you knew it was going to be special. And for the Lakers to be at the top of the West, it as a Laker, it feels like back to normal.
Mhm.
I'm glad we got those two big wins. The Bucks and the
Clippers.
yeah, I'm sorry, I can't come to say that name every now and then. Sorry, I stutter a little bit. But yeah, those other guys. So it was it was important to see that. And of course, as soon as the Clippers have a great season, it gets shut down and everybody has to go back home before it can finish out.
Do you think you guys would have had nothing to tank to beat the Clippers though? 7 game
Easy.
series.
Stop. First of all, I'm a Laker. You're not gonna get no other answer from me. But when I look at the two games that we lost, both those games were tied going into the fourth quarter. That's a 1 quarter difference. It was not, a blowout or anything like that. It wasn't like they had the game in the bag the whole time. And the first game that we played was the first time our guys were seen on the court together. Those other guys had a little bit more chemistry than we did. We had an all new coaching staff and stuff like that. So I kind of throw that out the window. And then the Christmas game, we gave that away. And then the last game that we played, it seemed like we were in charge for most of that game. And it was the first one going into the fourth that wasn't tied.
Mhm.
So I felt like, the Lakers were there, LeBron locking in on Kawhi, wanting Giannis. All of that is the stuff that you want to see. You know how LeBron does after All-Stars. And so, yeah, I just look at it right now. We all getting rest. Everybody's trying to get healthy, and hopefully we get to see this magical playoffs with every team healthy.
I just want to see basketball. Like this whole thing, O'Shea, when people are like, oh, fans can't go to games. I'm like, if fans can't go to games and we still have games, like that would be great right now in the big scheme of things.
Right. It's man, it's boring. It's straight up. Like I didn't realize how much. Like I knew I was a sports fan, but I didn't know how much my whole day revolved around that, you know. And it's man, when it comes back, those crowds are going to be rowdy. You know, people are going to be drooling to finally get to see some live sports. Right now, you know, people are betting on 2K simulations. You know, it's rough out here, man. You know, we about to start a fantasy league based on 2K. It's wild.
Yeah, people will find anything to make a bet on, though. I'll tell you that. Bring me back to
Anything.
when did you first find out about your love for sports? I know your pops is huge into ball, but like when did OShea Jackson Jr. become like, yeah, sports is my thing?
Oh man, it's a man by the name of Shaquille O'Neal. When I was a kid, you know, my we always watched basketball, and this is when he was on the Magic. I just gravitated towards this dude because he was just big. You know, he's a monster, and you know, everybody loved him, and he was just I had never seen nothing like him. And then one glorious day, my dad is like, "Hey, guess what? Shaq is on the Lakers."
Mm.
Lost my mind. I have no idea. I'm a kid, so I know nothing about free agency or none of that. All I know is the dude that I like, the monster, is on my team. And then, you know, we also get you know, a guy by the name of Kobe Bryant, and it was just the Lakers. Everything was the Lakers as a kid. That was just it's like how could you not love them? You know, how could you not love that excitement? Football, I had always, you know, just gravitated towards, you know, like most sons, what they dad like, and so you know that was the Raider thing, and they've just hurt my dad so many years that I just have a weird, just a weird, like a little vein comes out of my neck
Little click
when I
in the
start
neck, yeah.
talking about the Raiders. But it's always been the Lakers. The Lakers got me into sports. It got me into just loving the game, wanting to play, you know, just watching and studying. Kobe really cranked it up for me to look at details and things like that. And, you know, personnel and 2K makes you think you're a GM. You're ready to trade everybody all the time. And it's all been about basketball. And, you know, luckily I woke up and God said, guess what? You're a Laker fan.
Mm.
Which is why I can't stand Clipper fans, by the way, because if you're from the city of Los, all right, let me break this down.
Yes, please. There are levels to it. Break it down for me.
If you're from the city of Los Angeles, the Lakers have been playing and winning these championships for you. So why would you disrespect the Lakers at any point? You're ungrateful. You are ungrateful, ungrateful. And then they went and hired that Celtic coach. Ah.
Mm.
See, I play PlayStation because I can't help out Microsoft no type of way.
So you say his name, man, and he was a mentor to me, and I remember exactly where I was. I was actually in this room in my bedroom when I found out about Kobe passing away. Take me through where you were, what went through your mind
Oh
when
man,
when you heard that.
I was at work. It was it was the day before we started filming. We were doing another standard rehearsal, and I just finished. I just finished. Was walking to the car. Everybody on set by then knew how big of a Kobe fan I was. On January 22nd, I kept reminding everybody that it was the day that Kobe torched the Raptors for 81 points. Like I let them know, you know, all day. And yeah, I was walking to the car. All of a sudden, uh, AD, the first AD, Austin, he ran out. Everybody behind him, they all run out to me, screaming my name. And I'm looking like, you know, what? You know, I know I ain't leaving nothing. And just the look on their faces. And he was on the phone. And he was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" Oh God, damn. But so yeah, he just stared at me, and my first words were, "Is it about the Lakers?" And then he was like, "No, it's worse." And so my first thought was my dad.
Mm.
And so I remember grabbing my phone out of my pocket and seeing like like my phone had so many names on it, and I'm like, yo, everybody's hit me, so now my heart is going. And at the bottom was TMZ, and it said, that we lost him, and I haven't cried that hard in a long time. It really felt like losing a family member, and what killed me, like it's a good thing, but it like shakes me a little bit. Is I had just got his number. I just gotten his number. He had just talked to me like a month before, and I had looked up to that dude so much, and I hit him on Twitter just asking for advice on like ways to take my mental and my thought process to the next level as far as my career. And instead of giving me just a message back, he gave me his phone number. He gave me his number. That blew my mind. And he called me. He called me, and we talked just 25 minutes. And
Wait, OShea, you gotta tell me what, because I he was profound in the way he was able to see the next level in somebody. What lessons did he talk to you about? What did he school you on?
he I told him that even though I'm happy with my life, I've reached a point where I can live comfortably. I got a healthy family. I love being at home. I'm happy, but I there's something in me that feels like we could do some more. Let's see what other happy we can get. And I asked him, how do I battle that content in feeling? And he said that he still has that thing in him. He still feels like after the championships, after the Oscar, that he hasn't done anything. And he stays up some nights pacing, pacing back and forth, trying to figure out what else to do. And so the thing he told me was to never let go of that feeling.
Hmm.
Don't think that it's bad. Don't think that it means that you're ungrateful for what you have. Don't make it make you feel bad that you want more. And to hold on to it and to know that that's something in you. And so it's like that's his fire. That little tick, that little feeling that you get when you're like, man, I could do that. Or yeah, I could. He has that, and that's what his drive and that's what that mentality is that he holds on to that feeling and goes deeper into it. Like he never lets it go. He never just shakes it off. And so, that's just what he pumped into me, is that even in his position, he has that. And not a lot of people have that feeling. So when you do feel it, you got to hone it. You got to hone it and don't let go, and don't let people try to tell you otherwise, because you got to keep going. And so that's what you got to do. And when he passed, I had work the very next day on a basketball based show. Like there is no getting away from it. And so I just remember that conversation, that little thing in the back of your neck to keep going. And if I was a Kobe fan, how could I not get up and go to work? That's what he did every day. So as Kobe fans, that's what we have to do for him. And we've always seen them try to throw stuff at Kobe, to stop Kobe, to weaken Kobe. And it's up to us to show him that not even death can stop Kobe. Kobe gonna keep going, and that's what we got to do as fans. And that's what I'm I'm focused on every day. After having that conversation with him, when I saw that he passed, I sent him a text message, and you know how texts say delivered under it, and it wouldn't go through, and that just like I fell to my knees. Like it just, I could feel him still here just because of those teachings that he's done for us over these years. And I'm thankful for that dude. When I went through the airport to come home, under my hoodie and my gloves and my mask, I had on my Kobe jersey, and I just told him to watch my back for me. That's my guy.
OShea, that's incredible though, because you're saying, first off, you had to the fact that your dad is so big and you've been able to carve out your own name in the midst of that pretty big shadow is astounding within itself. And for a lot of people, like that would be enough. But the fact you use that to say, I want to keep growing, I want to keep building, and applicable to anything in your life, pretty much.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I was so gravitated to Kobe is because him and my other sports hero is The Rock. It's because their fathers had the exact same job that they had. So I know during their times of coming up, they had to hear some of the same things I have to hear. Oh, you're in your old man's footsteps. Oh, you think you can do it like he did, and all of this, and that's not what you're focusing on. It's about taking the family name into new directions, getting new eyes, new ears, and escalating that name. Just keeping that name, just starting the Jackson Empire. It's not a shadow. It's about adding to what he's laid down for me. And, it's my job to make it even harder for my daughter to top me. It's just like, it is what it is. So, it's about building that name. It's about building your last name and making sure your last name stands the test of time. That's what next generation stars and athletes, that's how you got to think. That's how you got to take it. And that's what Kobe did. That's what The Rock did. And that's what I plan to do. I know, my father, if I tried to climb that mountain, if you look up, it's like a guy still building the mountain. My dad is he is killing it right now. So it's up to me to do things like get roles that they wouldn't give my dad,
Hmm.
get those awards that they wouldn't give him, because it is what it is. Hollywood typecast rappers. That's why most of my dad, his work, he has his input in. He's written himself. He's created himself, and it's important to me to show people that they can't typecast. My family, that we are bigger and broader than they think. I gotta deal with a lot of he's the rapper's son on sets. So I'm the way I make my own lane is to take those trophies that they wouldn't give us before. I remember as a kid, that MTV popcorn. I
Yeah.
wanted that popcorn so bad, and they never gave it to my dad. They would always give it to Adam Sandler, and I couldn't stand that. And my first movie, my first one, I was able to bring some popcorn home, and that's the type of stuff I want to do. I want to make sure my mama trophy case is filled. So
Good stuff,
that's my
man.
my mindset.
Hey, when did you have a moment where, because I kind of felt this way, but I didn't have a dad who was in your dad's position. Did you have a moment yet in your life where you stopped competing against your dad and you started to understand that you were just competing against yourself? And if you did, when did that catapult you?
Yeah, it's really like a weight off your shoulders. If you think that you have to outshine, or if you have that getting out of the shadow aspect, that's going to do nothing but hinder you. It's not, once I knew that I wanted to be in the cinema world, the cinematic world, but I didn't want to be an actor. Straight up, I wanted to be a writer. I knew I loved film. I knew I loved everything that film does for people, but I just didn't want that superficial lifestyle. You're not, when being famous, that is a gift and a curse. You can't do the normal things that you would do. You always have eyes on you, and it's just you have to strategize the way that you live, and I didn't want that. And I knew that I had to make my own thing. We can't just fall into it. But then when Straight Outta Compton happened, if I had that shadow mindset, Straight Outta Compton would be, I wouldn't even do that move.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look like the guy, you have his name, and now you're gonna play him in a movie. Like, can you do anything else to remind them that that's your dad? So, if I had that mindset, I wouldn't have even took that movie. And I took straight out of Compton. I took on the challenge my dad presented to me, my 2 years of acting courses and auditioning, because I knew that if this is going to get made, I'm going to make sure that people appreciate my guy the way that I do.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make this dude on screen the superhero that I see in my eyes all day, every day. And from there, they started to appreciate everything he put in at a young age. And as a son, you can't ask for nothing more than for people to appreciate the greatest coach I ever had. That's my guy. And now people starting to see what I be talking about now.
Exactly.
And I really like that.
Man, you're one of the best actors out there, man. It's really incredible over this short time frame how quickly you've ascended, right? Even to, I remember with Rich and Kev them talking about you being involved in Swagger and how that just we've seen that elevate the movie and how everything you guys are doing. Like, take me through what that process was like for you when they reached out to you and where you guys are in the big scheme of things with the movie.
Well, when my man Reggie Rock, our one of our director, our main director, that dude. It's rare that you have a meeting with somebody and you just feel like, damn, like I really want to fight for this dude. Like I really want good things for this person, because you could just feel how genuine he is when he talks to you. And when he was breaking down the character for me, it was like did y'all like it was like hand in glove fit. Like y'all wrote this for me. Y'all don't know it, but y'all wrote this for me.
Hold on a sec.
So,
So, like I gotta say, so this is for the Apple series, but tell me about who is the character. Don't give it
oh,
away, but tell me. You're saying the character is you. Give me some insight.
yeah, my man Isaac Kennedy Edwards, Coach Ike. He used to be the man, back in his time, back in his day. He was the superstar in the neighborhood. He was that one, that hooper that everybody knew was going to go to the league and kill it. And when he got to uh when he got into some things that led his career, astray. And so it really captures him getting back into his love for the game through coaching AAU. And you see so many stories throughout the players through that Ike is going through, and you see that his love for these kids and his belief in them and getting them to believe in themselves. They go through some of the kids
Mhm.
in Swagger go through some wild storylines. It is so deep. It talks about so many issues that basketball is just the icing on the cake. It is a real humanizing show. Just from reading the pages and seeing, the young actors bring it to life. They're really doing their thing. My man, shout out Khalil, my man Isaiah. Everybody is just doing so well, and it kind of has art imitating life. I love to see a young actor like killing it. Like I love, and we bring that basketball energy of just like, yo, you bodied that right now. Just that and it's really brought great chemistry. This is one of the best sets that I've been on. We got a group chat. I got to make sure, my kids is healthy. Before we get back, they better be running them laps like I've been telling them, or 17s all day. And yeah, it's been a real great time. But Ike, he's about to become a father. He's about to have a daughter. I just had my daughter 2 years ago, so I know that feeling, that stressful feeling.
Whew,
And
yeah.
then he's being a basketball coach was one of the first things that I did before acting. I was my little brother's coach, so I know that feeling of getting a young man to believe in himself, and when he do it, that look that you give him, I told you, that
Mhm.
that energy, and it's just been real fun. I haven't bonded with a crew like this probably in about 4 years, 4 or 5 years from straight out of Compton. It's a real brotherhood swagger, and you just want the best for everybody. It's a real family, and I hate that this thing took me away from from my guys, my crew.
Yeah, man. Did you do a lot of training hoop wise to get ready for it? How was that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, my man Reggie Wallace hooking it up. I promise. Next celebrity game.
Oh, you're playing? Are
Woo-hoo.
you in it?
Oh, I'm in it. I don't care
Okay.
what they say. I'm putting my bid in right now.
Hold on now, because
Reggie
we got
Wallace
Stephen
got
A.
me
Smith was
right.
talking about Stephen A. Smith was saying he gonna get MVP. He's gonna come play. But now that I know that you're in it, that's a different kind of battle we're gonna need to
Come
talk.
on, man. I'm all for it. I'm so ready. And WrestleMania's in LA next year. I'm trying to get ready for that. I'm going at everything, man. I'm about to my little quarantine time. Watch. Watch how I'm gonna spend it.
Well, look, brother, I don't want to keep you any longer, man. Thank you so much for joining us, man, and continued blessings to you and your family, your daughter. So happy for you, man. Keep body in the game and keep doing your thing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And one thing that I want everyone to take in, I need everyone to really take this in. Everybody around this time, this quarantine time, when you're with your families and you get to see your friends here and there. I want everyone to know from the bottom of my heart, go Lakers. If you think it was a game, if you think you got this time off, we was on your head.
This is real life for you. I like it.
I play no games. Go Lakers.
All right, brother. Mad respect, man.